Welcome to another, what we're calling Sofa Safari at Tandatula. Quite a catchy name. We're quite proud of it. Let us know if we can work on that for you. However, this afternoon we aim to please, as we always do at Tandatula. Sharon and Sarah, we've heard your calls, and we're going to try and find Marula's cubs. Now, we all know how hard it is to find leopards, let alone two orphan cubs, but we're going to give it our best shot. Hopefully I can explain a few other things along the way. Maybe the little lion cubs will pop out. Anyway, let's get out there. Let's see what's happening. A little bit of rain coming down. That's not going to stop us though. A couple of zebra's to start the afternoon off. Seems to be a bit of a common streak for myself and Britt heading out. And Britt asked the question why they bob their heads like that. One of the theories is that they have quite an infestation of fly larvae inside the nasal cavity, so they shake their head like that, constantly being irritated by it and snorting as well, like you just heard, trying to dislodge that. Quite a gross thing to think about, but that's what some wildlife have to deal with on a daily basis. Looks like they're listening to a little bit of heavy metal, maybe some Metallica. Even the little guy. Rock and roll, man. Another one of the common birds that you find in the Greater Kruger Park. Very pretty. So, quite nice that they're so common. However, the one that you're looking at now just called a little bit, and you know, they might be very, very pretty, but their call is quite horrible. Sounds a little bit like a crow. So, you can't have it all, you know. So, you know, in the search for leopards and leopard cubs, you've got to sometimes take what you can get. And this is a leopard tortoise, so we're halfway there at least. See, we're not going to get too close. I never, agree with picking these sort of creatures up. They know what's going on. You just stress them out. But you can see why it's called a leopard tortoise. That beautiful sort of, use your imagination a bit, but that leopard patronage that's going on there. This is actually Africa's largest species of tortoise, and I know this one doesn't look incredibly big, but it can get a lot bigger provided the hyenas don't get to it. I mean, he is or she is protected quite well by those scoots or her shell as well. But there's a few things like the hyenas that can get through. I mean, hyenas have that really powerful jaw that can crack through shells like this and unfortunately get to the little creature hiding within. But yeah, very peaceful animals. We'll be starting to prepare for the winter now. Obviously not as much rain anymore, therefore not as much water, and so they start to hibernate and lay low. Making use of something called a bursa sac, which will allow them to store water that they can then drink from, essentially, throughout the drier months. And that's why it's very important during those winter months not to move tortoises across the road if you see them, because what happens is as soon as you pick it up, one of its defense measures is to release that bursa sac and essentially wee on you, which makes you put it down, makes the predator leave it alone. But in doing so, it's then lost its water reserve, which is a bit unfortunate. So rather let them fend for themselves during those dry months. He stands a better chance of surviving for it. Anyway, let's leave him be for the afternoon. We've got actual leopards to find, and hopefully we do. So we are definitely in search of Marula's cubs, but we've picked up word from one of my colleagues that one of the lioness are moving around close to the den site. So we thought if we get a good chance, lion cubs might be on the agenda. So let's see if they're there. Alright, so here she is. We've found one of the river pride females. Actually the one that Britt and Chad saw trying to hunt this morning. She's not the mother of the cubs though. The mother is a lot more pale than her. It's quite interesting, the coloration. But yeah, she's just chilling out on the riverbed here. She's still looking for something to potentially hunt. You can see that she's sitting quite attentively and just surveying the riverbed here. Maybe there's something down there that she's trying to line up. So let's stick around, let's see what she gets up to. And if she goes back to the den, which is just up the riverbed this side, we'll follow her there and see if the cubs pop out to play with their aunt. It could be quite fun. Alright, so in typical lion fashion, this female's gone to sleep. She looks quite comfy at the moment as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to head towards the den site and just see, maybe mom and cubs are there, and we can have a sweet little sighting of the little guys messing about. Anyway, let's go check. Oh, she's up again. Won't last long. Alright, so we've checked the den. There's no one home by the looks of things. So we're just going to cruise up the road here and see what else we can find. Maybe the cubs have moved a little bit further up. Yeah, check it out. So it's not quite Marula's cubs, but I'm not going to complain about finding a leopard one way or another. This is the ever beautiful Nialeti, and if you have a look closely at the footage, hopefully we can zoom in far enough for you, you'll see she's actually got a lazy right eye, probably from an injury that she got from a previous fight. We're not too sure. We just saw her like that one day and it's never really healed. But yeah, she's just flopping around on the sand there, having a good old time. She's getting pestered by the bugs, as you can see, and shame she's trying to catch them just like your cat would at home. And that's always one of the great things about watching leopards, is you see every few seconds you see a little bit of your own little kitty inside that giant cat. And it's wonderful to spend time with them and to see them behaving just how you would expect a cat to behave. Yeah, but she's just lazing about. She does have a cub at the moment. That cub is probably, we'll have to ask Chad. He's like the ninja at knowing all the ages of everything around here. You know, he keeps pretty good tabs on it. But I think that cub is probably about 3 months old now. So it might be with her here somewhere, but we don't know until he pops out. Maybe we'll see her calling him or her in the next few seconds. So let's stick around for a little bit. Let's see what she gets up to. Sharon, Sarah, I haven't forgotten about Marula's cubs. We're still going to try, but it is getting a bit dark. But over the next few weeks, I promise, we're going to keep trying, ladies. We're going to try and find you those cats, okay? But for now, let's enjoy Nialeti. Right, so we've come down to the little lion den, and one of the little pipsqueaks is climbing that tree over there, which is quite cute. So yeah, I check them having a bit of fun, just like a cat. You know, when they're young, they really do enjoy climbing trees, and as they get older, they just get bulkier and more awkward, and they sort of lose the skill. Lions do climb trees throughout their life when they need to. You know, maybe there's a leopard kill in the tree that they can try and get to, or maybe they need to get a better view of something. But it's usually very awkward and not very graceful, not like the leopards. Mom is lying somewhere there in the bushes, but not available for an easy view. And luckily one of these cubs popped out, climbed the tree and gave us a good view for a few seconds there. Thanks, buddy. Right, so we've just happened upon a male and female lion, which is pretty cool. We weren't expecting that at all. We were just going up to have a look at a nearby dam, see if anything's coming down for a drink in the late evening. But these two presumable lovebirds popped out of nowhere. So let's hang out with them for a bit. See if they get up to any hanky-panky. If not, we will loop around the area and head home for the evening. What he's busy doing at the moment is smelling where she was lying. Maybe she potentially she urinated there, and so he's busy testing that urine. You might see him bring his head up now and sort of snarl. Of course, he looks the other way as soon as he does that. Typical. But what he's doing, there you go. So what he's doing is he's making use of something called an organ of Jacobson, which is basically a pheromone receptor. So he is, for lack of a better term, he's inhaling her urine into that organ. It's like a little gland in the palate of the mouth. And from that he can decipher if she is mating ready, or you know, if she is pregnant already, and just generally what her health and social status is. So yeah, that's what's giving me the inclination that they might be beginning the early stages of the mating ritual. So let's see, he's going to chance his luck now. Maybe not. Alright, so it looks like our two lions are just going to lie down, typical lion fashion, and continue to relax. Once again, seems to be an ongoing trend. Brit spotted these lions. The self-proclaimed spotter of all lions is on the job. So yeah, I'm very appreciative. I'm sure you all are too. But we're going to leave them here for the night, and unfortunately we're going to be calling it quits there. So we'll have to carry on looking for Marula's cubs. Hopefully we won't let you down over the next few weeks. I'm pretty sure we'll find them though. But yeah, folks, have a good day or night wherever you are. This is another episode of Tandatula Sofa Safari. Cheers. Happy?